A lot of folks surrounding you. Some of them are on the short list for VP.
Yeah.
Was your pick for VP in that room with you?
Probably, yeah.
Do you know who your VP is? Because you told us at a town hall you already knew back in the Iowa caucuses.
I have sort of a pretty good idea. Look, we have some really talented people. I have a pretty good idea, but I think it's probably I'll do it the way it's usually done. You announce it at
Male,
the convention.
female? Can you give us a hint?
I'll tell you fairly soon.
Oh boy, she's shaking and running hot, Patriots. I gotta grab it. I got to get it. She's running hot. We got to pull her over. We got to pull the truck over, y'all. She's running hot. I got to throw some water in the cooling pipe. We got some VP news, y'all. Oh boy, this is finna get real spicy now. But y'all know before we get into it, let me just give it to y'all straight now. Don't be surprised if he come out there and it ain't nobody we thought it was gonna be. Tucker. Yeah. Christy, no. Wait. She shot her dog. Get her out of here. But hey, man, this is serious. So let me stop acting a fool. Let me come on here with ethics, morals, professionalism. This is serious, y'all. We got a huge update on the VP race. And again, y'all know on the channel, a lot of y'all been praising Brian Donalds, Ben, Tulsi Gabbard's even up there. Yeah. Oh, yeah. Vivek Ramaswamy. You know. Tim Scott, Marco Rubio. Yeah. Then y'all, JD Vance, but then y'all saying, wait, Rhino. Wait. A good choice, no bad choice, but we need the votes. But Rhino. But we need the votes. Yeah. And did I say Christy Nome shot her dog? She's not on the list. Get her gone. But hey, man, on a serious note, y'all, this is some huge news from the polls. Polls show one clear leader in the Trump VP race. We're going to just jump straight into it, man. But I hope everybody is blessed, well, healthy, and that nothing but the best is going on in all you beautiful people's life, man. Comment down below your choice. And this is a huge, this pick matters now. I know there were some people saying, on the in the middle side, you know, standing in the middle, but this is a huge pick. You know, it's very, very important. But I'm gonna read some of these top comments before we just jump straight in. Hold on. Tulsi Gabbard will scare the crap out of Kamala Harris. No, Tim Scott. I don't think he's the one. He's not an asset. Oh boy. Brian Donalds is much stronger candidate and clearly an asset to Trump. He shoots straight from the hip and he's bold like Trump and calls out the BS. That comment got over 2,000 likes, y'all. Oh my. Boy. Please no to Tim Scott. Brian Donalds or Tulsi Gabbard, no to Rubio. We need to hold all these Senate seats. Oh boy. They'll go red anyways. They don't even mention Tulsi Gabbard or Brian. What a joke. So in this video, it says Brian Donalds and Tulsi Gabbard does not get mentioned. And y'all know those candidates are in the top 3 on the channel that y'all have been commenting down below in the comment section. And from our last survey and poll that we did on the Discord chat, everybody was saying Brian Donalds and Vivek Ramaswamy. And we also seen Rubio on there now. Everybody was, you know, saying Rubio, but then they were saying, I don't know. I just don't know. You know, but he does speak French. He does speak Spanish. He does speak English and American Sign Language. And wait. He speaks German. He speaks Vietnamese? Yeah, that fella's talented. All right, let me stop acting a fool. Let's get into it, y'all. I'm sorry. I apologize. I really do apologize, y'all. I gotta stop acting a fool. It's not funny.
Hello, everyone. This is Outnumbered. I'm Kayleigh McEnany here with my co-host Emily Campagno. Also joining us, Fox Business anchor and co-host of The Bottom Line on Fox Business, Dagan McDowell. Host of the Kennedy Saves the World podcast, Kennedy, and Veterans on Duty chairman and former Army intelligence captain, Jeremy Hunt. And it's Friday. I'd be remiss if I didn't mention that. Well, we begin with the Veep stakes. Just who will former President Trump pick as his running mate? Everyone's asking. There's a ton of reporting, including this from Axios. You're looking at the short list of potential candidates that's been shared.
What do y'all think of that? Doug Burgum? I think about old Doug. Marco Rubio. He speaks every language you can think of. Yes. J.D. Vance. Oh, Tom Cotton. Tim Scott. Brian Donalds. Elise Stefanik. And Ben Carson. And, you know, like I say, Ben has been coming up a lot in the comment sections recently. Recently. At first, he wasn't really coming up in our comment sections like that, but recently he has been. Comment down below what y'all think, man.
Shifting for months. But the former president says he is close to making a decision. In fact, just yesterday, Trump held meetings with Republican lawmakers from the House and the Senate. And here's what he told Fox's Aisha Hasni shortly after.
Oh, boy.
A lot of folks surrounding you. Some of them are on the short list for VP.
Yeah.
Was your pick for VP in that room with you?
Probably, yeah.
Do you know who your VP is? Because you told us at a town hall you already knew back in the Iowa caucuses.
I have sort of a pretty good idea. Look, we have some really talented people. I have a pretty good idea, but I think it's probably I'll do it the way it's usually done. You announce it at the convention.
Male, female?
Convention.
Give us a hint.
I'll tell you fairly soon.
So who was in the room? Tom Cotton was in the room. We know Marco Rubio was in the room. We know Tim Scott was in the room. We know J.D. Vance was in the room. And let's go through some details on a few of these candidates. And I want to start with Senator Tim Scott. You know, Emily, I want to put this up. We reviewed this a little earlier in the week, and this is Harvard polling out. It's one of the few polls that has ranked VP contenders based on how they would affect the ticket. The only person who adds to the Trump ticket, according to the Harvard poll, is Tim Scott, who adds 6 points. Yesterday, this is from Punchbowl News, Trump heaped praise on Tim Scott during the Senate meeting more than any other VP shortlister, according to Punchbowl. Maybe reading into the tea leaves, but that's interesting.
It's huge, and especially when you take into account outside of the margin of error. Look, everybody loves Tim Scott. I feel like that's the whole point. You can't not find me one person that actually doesn't like that beautiful, gentle, incredibly effective, outstanding, authentic gentleman who has done so much in the Senate and beyond. And perhaps part of the argument that critics wield is that he is very gentle and mellow, seemingly. So if they want to couple President Trump with someone who perhaps has his own contrasting identity, can blaze his own trail, right? Let's just take, for argument's sake, a Vivek, right? He's out there blasting headlines too. But at the end of the day, in my opinion, having the slow, steady dependability, the authenticity, the unwavering faithfulness of a man occupying the Oval Office in any fashion, as vice president or president, is pretty incredible.
You know, Dagan, one of my favorite questions to ask Democrats is, who do you fear? Who don't you want to see on the ticket? I often hear Nikki Haley in response to that question. When I ask Democrats, Doug Schoen has told me that I don't know how many times. But what is interesting is this reporting from Rolling Stones. There was a Cinco de Mayo event at the White House, and there were a lot of Latinos there for Biden. And here was the reporting. They talked about who they feared on the ticket. And we'll pull this up. Matt Walking, a former colleague of mine, tuned me into this. This is Vanity Fair. Why Democrats worry Marco Rubio as Trump Veep could be devil Biden's bid. They said few conversations better reflected the state of downbeat vigilance than those in the Rose Garden, where multiple Latino Democrats expressed fears that Senator Marco Rubio could upend the dynamics of the election if chosen as Donald Trump's vice presidential nominee.
Marco Rubio is definitely in the running. I want to point out not just the list of contenders that we're showing, but 2 new names who have been floated in just the last week. Virginia Governor Glenn Youngkin, that President Trump and Youngkin had their first face-to-face meeting at the Trump National Golf Club in Northern Virginia just this week. And Youngkin is not among the 8 people that President Trump's team is known to be vetting. And then Tennessee Senator Bill Hagerty has also been floated, say, in the last week or so. And if you look at that list and you throw in a Doug Burgum, a J.D. Vance, Burgum being from that critical fossil fuel producing state, they all tell you one thing. This election for President Trump, his agenda is about the economy and it's about inflation. It's about drill, drill, drill. Energy policy is foreign policy. Energy security is national security. Drive down gas prices, drive down inflation. Oh, and you can starve the Iranian-backed terrorists of their funding. So whoever gets picked, I guarantee you will be the perfect messenger for Trump's economic agenda. That's what he's running on.
And no one's stronger on energy policy.
I agree. Yeah. Oh yeah. We got to fix that. That's the bam. It's everywhere. Bam. Yeah, but like I tell y'all, man, whatever choice he picks, it's gonna be a good decision, y'all. And again, he come out there and again, we got somebody that ain't even on that short list. I'm telling y'all, don't be surprised. But it probably looks like there's gonna be somebody on that list, man. But again, wait till the convention.
Policy, I would argue, than Governor Doug Burgum. True. To your point about Governor Glenn Youngkin, President Trump, for the first time by Aisha Hasni, was asked about this yesterday. Listen to what he said.
You also met with Governor Youngkin, a very popular governor in the party. Folks are wondering, is he on the VP shortlist? Do you like him for VP?
He's great, and yeah, I think I could consider that, yes.
Are you considering that?
I haven't been asked that question, but he would be on that list, yeah. He's very good.
So here's the case, Kennedy, for Glenn Youngkin. Let's bring up the Real Clear Politics average of swing states. You see this here. You see Trump, Pennsylvania up 2.3%, Wisconsin up 0.1%, Michigan 0.3%. So these 3 states, that's the Rust Belt. And in order for Biden to win, he needs to get those 3 specific states. However, if you put Virginia into play, let's pull up our Fox News polling, you see a tie here. Donald Trump tied in Virginia. That is a state that no Republican has won in quite some time. George W. Bush did it in 2004. But you put Virginia into play, you put Biden on defense. And Governor Youngkin is enormously popular in that state.
So, yes, and you have to ask yourself, what does this former president expect from his VP nominee? And it's going to be someone, the past experience would be someone who is going to go to funerals. For the last few presidential cycles, it's someone who can do well in the vice presidential debate. I think Glenn Youngkin will actually do better than a lot of these other candidates in the VP debate. But also, I think what makes him attractive and what Trump already knows about his experience with Mike Pence is having a governor, having someone with executive experience is actually an incredibly powerful tool. And that's why I've always thought that Doug Burgum is higher up on the list than most people give him credit for, not only for the fact that he is in an energy state, but his calm demeanor. I think Trump is going to pick someone who has a contrast with him, which also I think moves Rubio down a slot more than people think it does. But introducing Youngkin's name into the list at this point, first of all, it's unsurprising for a president who wants to keep people guessing, wants to keep voters on their toes and engaged in the race, but also checks so many boxes, including delivering a very, very purple and critical state.
I think that's exactly right. And Jeremy, when you look at this, to me, you need 2 qualities in a VP. Number 1, who's going to help you cross the finish line and win. Number 2, who can be your heir apparent to govern, 4 years from now, potentially when they run for president. But number 1 is more important than number 2 because you got to cross the finish line. So who checks that box?
Yeah, well, you're exactly right. You have to have someone who's going to be able to bring in more of those critical votes, people who might be a little skeptical or on the line. You got to bring in the entire Republican Party, bring in the entire conservative movement, which is, if we're being honest, there's a lot of people with different opinions and kind of different approaches to governance. You got to be able to bring in voters from all walks of life that will be able to step in and support President Trump. And I think the key is going to be someone who can reach across and do that. that. I like, one person I heard mentioned recently, Secretary Mike Pompeo, as someone who's been a really great job of having kind of building with the kind of the base loves him, and he's also able to kind of reach a lot of the skeptical voters, some folks in the.
What y'all think of that? What do y'all think of that? Comment down below. Oh boy.
Suburbs, for example, someone who can be able to cross that line and be able to expand and win, because we know that the stakes are way too high. I mean, we know that we have President Biden has been a disaster on so many different levels, and whoever steps in who's going to be President Trump's running mate has to be someone who's ready on day one, who to make a difference for our country, to be able to get the vote, and also to be able to improve our standing on the world stage, which we know is not looking good right now.
No doubt, a ton of great picks. We will learn who that pick is at the Republican National Convention. I hope there's a silhouette, and then we all get to guess, and then they walk out. All right.
But y'all comment down below what y'all think, man. The convention now. We know lately President Trump has been making some smart, brilliant moves. So don't run your blood pressure up now. Don't run your blood pressure and your sugar levels and your carbohydrate levels up, okay? All right, y'all calm down. This is going to get good now. And these next couple of days, weeks, months, these next 2 to 4 months, just be ready that a lot of things are going to hit the fan like they have in these last couple of months, weeks, days, whatever you want to call it. This thing's going to get spicy and spicy every single day. And we're going to continue to bring you guys amazing updates. We're going to continue to give you guys amazing content, man. Amazing opinions. And one thing about this channel, we take in everybody's opinion. This is why I tell you guys, interact with each other down below. Comment down below. Everybody's entitled to their own opinion, and we value that, man. You know, even if you don't agree with this, she don't agree with that, he don't agree with that, or he does agree with that, it's okay at the end of the day, man. You know, that's what life's all about, you know. But be respectful. That's all that we ask, is be respectful, be kind, man. You know, that's one thing we've forgotten in this cold, dark world that we live in now. We're divided, man. You know, we're divided, y'all. Especially with the woke culture, the wokeness. It's ruined everything too. So y'all spread that love, man. And again, he's been making brilliant moves lately, and should be a good pick, man. So we'll see you at the convention. We're gonna continue to bring updates, and I want to thank everybody that sends me amazing videos to check out and react to, amazing stuff to post on here. So thank y'all for all the love and support. I love you guys, man, and I'm wishing the best in all you guys' life, your family's life. God bless you all, man. And hey, I will catch y'all in the next one. Peace.